Welcome. It's Kimberly Sherry, Intuitive Healer, and today I wanted to teach you some techniques to help you get in touch with more of your own personal truth and your own information. And some of this is going to be very beginning, maybe a little challenging, and I'm also going to, for those of you who may already be familiar with this kind of work, maybe show you something that's a little more advanced. So everything carries an energetic vibration, and what we're going to be testing for today is to find a way to see if something resonates with you. And you may have heard of kinesiology. It's a way of muscle testing that determines whether or not something has the same resonance with you. If it doesn't, it will make you weak. If it has a strong resonance, or maybe even a higher resonance than you, then the muscle will stay strong. And the beauty of this is that you can test all kinds of things, from food and vitamins and medications to even people, whether or not people resonate with you. So it's especially important if someone is sick or they're depressed and feeling very down, that they especially avoid anything that's going to make them weak. And so that's the benefits of using this kind of test to determine if something is making you strong or is it making you weak. Either things are helping you on your path or they're taking you away from it. So let's get started with some muscle testing. So the first thing I want to show you how to test is food. But before you do any testing, you want to make sure that you ask a test question, which can be anything. I'm going to pick whether or not I'm a giraffe. Obviously I'm not, so that's easy. So anyway, you can either ask, am I a giraffe? And the way that I like to do it is with my arm muscle, with the thumb down. And first you'll just test to see if the arm is strong. Now this is not a contest with yourself. You just want to test and see if the muscle is strong. It should be firm. Then by asking the test question, am I a giraffe? The answer will be no, and it will go weak. So, am I a giraffe? And there you go. So then you will start testing for food. Then you can start testing for food. I'm going to be using just a packet of sugar. It's raw sugar. A lot of people think raw sugar is good for you as opposed to white sugar. But let's see how it suits me. And so this is all about you, whether or not anything is good for you. It's not about what other people say is good for them or not. You need to find out what's best for you. So I just put the packet in my hand, thumb down, and test. Goes weak. I don't even have to ask. And so that's a very common way of testing for food. And a more advanced way of testing for food, to show how strong the mind is and how much our thoughts can affect us, is you can just think about the food. So all I have to do is think about the question, whether or not sugar is good for me. There's nothing in my hand. I'm just thinking about this question. And the muscle goes weak. So that just goes to show you how important it is to keep our thoughts in a way that's going to be beneficial for us. Thinking positive and good thoughts. So now we'll test an orange. See whether or not an orange is good for me. Just put it in your hand, thumb down, testing, strong. Oranges are good for me. So you can do this with a host of foods, anything actually. And once you get good at the muscle testing, you can just think about these things, whether or not something is good for you. We can also test for vitamins. And so here I have something that I take by New Skin. It's called Vitality. Helps make me feel strong and vibrant and youthful. But before I started taking these, I tested to see if they made me strong or made me weak. And they make me strong, which is why I take them. So you can test that with anything. And you can also test to see how many you should take each time the same way. You drop them into your hand and you can just test. Well, test with the right hand. But suppose you have a headache and you need to take some aspirin. Well, for me, let's see if this would be beneficial or make my body weak. So I wouldn't take aspirin for a headache, but you have to decide what's best for you. So another thing you can test for is whether people have a good resonance for you. Is someone in your life making you weak or strong? Maybe you have doubts about whether or not you should be in relationship with someone, if they should be friends, or if you have a partner that you're considering whether or not it's beneficial for you or not. You can ask. Here's a way to test. So you think about someone, maybe your ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, ex-wife, ex-husband, ex-partner, whatever. Just think about that person and whether or not they have a positive effect on you or a negative effect on you, even still to this day, thinking about them. So I'm going to think about one of those and just see. So whenever I doubt whether or not, oh, should we get back together, you can think about this for yourself and you can just ask, would we be good at being friends? So say if I were to ask that question, that would be a good idea. But even a more clear question would be, is it possible for us to be friends? So the answer is no. So it's a great way to get clarity about things, and so even about people. And again, it's showing how just our thoughts can affect our energy level and make us either strong or make us weak. So I hope that's beneficial. If you have questions about this, be sure to email me. And you can always get more information about me on my website. KimberlySherry.com will take you to my new website. And if you haven't opted in for my monthly newsletter, be sure to do that. So in the next few months, I will be teaching you some more techniques about how to find that internal answer for yourself, your personal truth. What are your answers? And so it helps us to tune out a lot of this static about, what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. What you should be doing is what's right for you. And the way to know that is by asking these kinds of questions and knowing how to get an answer. So this is just one way, and I'll be showing you some other ways in the subsequent months. So I look forward to that. Thank you for joining me. It's Kimberly Sherry, Intuitive Healer. Heal your body, heal your life. All right, thanks.